The resource scheduler in the CM Organizer is a simple yet powerful way to plan your homeschool schedule. Here are the basics. It's easy to schedule your books in just 2 steps. Step 1, find the book you want to use in the CM Bookfinder. Let's say we're studying the Middle Ages, and I want to use Minstrel in the Tower. I type Minstrel in the Tower, click the search button, and here it is, Minstrel in the Tower. Of course, if the book you want to use isn't already in the Bookfinder, you can add it. Now all I have to do is click Schedule It, and all the details for this book will automatically load into the resource scheduler. Step 2, assign the book to a student. I've already set up my students over here in my account. I want Emily to read The Minstrel in the Tower, so I'll click on this box next to her name and tell the scheduler how I want to schedule this book. I can choose the subject I want to use this book for. I want to use Minstrel in the Tower for history. I can choose how I want to use this book. I want to read this book together with Emily, so I'll choose Read Together. I can choose which chapters I want to use and in which order I want to use them. The chapters are all listed here, so I can pick and choose and even rearrange. We'll use all 8 chapters of Minstrel in the Tower in order. Then just choose the date I want to start using this book and on which days of the week I want to read it. I'll schedule Minstrel in the Tower for Mondays and Fridays. Now I just click Add to Schedule and I'm done. All of the books that I schedule will be displayed on this page for a quick overview. I'll schedule another resource to show you a few other handy features. Emily has read Marguerite Makes a Book for history already. Now I want her to try creating her own illuminated book page. And I want her to review a chapter of Marguerite Makes a Book for the steps she will follow to make her page. I'll start by finding Marguerite Makes a Book in the Bookfinder and clicking Schedule It. I'll assign the book to Emily for history. To help me remember that I want her to make a book page, I'll make a custom study method called Read and Create Book Page. I want Emily to read Chapter 3 again to review the steps for making her book page, so I'll select just Chapter 3. I want her to do this project after we are done reading Minstrel in the Tower, so I'll select Start After and choose Minstrel in the Tower. We'll do this assignment on Friday. Click Add to Schedule, and there it is. Now, what if you want to use a resource that's a little different? Let's look at some other ways to schedule resources. Let's say I'm going to study some of Grant Wood's art. I might have a coffee table book of his art, or I might just go look for some of his pictures on the internet. I don't know yet which pictures we will study, but I do know that I want to have the children look at 6 of his paintings. To schedule this resource, I'll add a new resource called Grant Wood's Art. Since this will be a private resource, not one I'll be sharing with all the other CM Organizer users, I won't worry about the details. The main thing will be the divisions. The type will be picture, because I want to study different pictures by Grant Wood. Then I'll put in 6 divisions. I put in 6 because I want to study 6 of Grant Wood's pictures. If I knew which 6 pictures I wanted to use, I could add those titles here. But I want the freedom to pick and choose as we go along, so I'll leave them blank. I'll click Save and schedule it just like any other resource. I'll choose Do a Picture Study for my study method. Now, when I come to that assignment in my daily plan, it will read, Do a Picture Study, Picture 1. Now I can add a note to that assignment, telling which picture I decided to use for Picture 1. This time, I decided to study American Gothic. I can just check it off as worked on or finished like any other resource. Now let's look at how you can schedule activities such as sports or music lessons. I want to schedule piano lessons for John. I'll add a resource called Piano and put Lesson for the division type. Then I'll add however many lessons I think he will have. I can always edit the resource later to add more lessons. I'll schedule it for the days when John has his lessons and check off each lesson as he goes to it. If I want to keep track of days when he practices piano, as well as the lessons themselves, I can do that by checking worked on for each practice day and then finished for the lesson day. All of that information is stored in my records to show up with all of my other schoolwork. You can schedule nature study too, adding notes about where you went, what the children saw, or what they added to their nature notebooks for each nature study you complete. You can also enter a field trip as a special resource. Since this trip will be a one-time occurrence, I won't add any divisions. Then I can just schedule it for the day we plan to go and check it off as finished on that day. If I want to record a field trip that has already happened, I can enter it as a private resource, schedule it to show up on my daily plan today, then just use the calendar to mark it off on the day we actually went. As you can see, the resource scheduler is very powerful, yet simple to use. You can easily schedule any books, resources, or activities. Once you've scheduled some resources, your daily plan will be ready and waiting for you. Watch the Daily Plan Tour video to see how simple that part of the CM Organizer is.